Let's look at some easier graphing things to do. So notice on number 4 it is not equal to 1, but if I divide everything by 25, it would be equal to 1. So I would get x squared plus y squared over 25 equals 1. And that's the equation that we want it to be in. Okay. As far as graphing goes, this is as much as we need. If it is not have anything with the x squared or the y squared up top, then my center is at the origin. It's just plus 0 plus 0. Okay. Y has the bigger number. And to figure out the distance from the center, I just take the square root of that. So the square root of 25 is 5. We're talking about the y, so we're talking about up and down. So I'm going to count 5 up from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to count 5 down from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then you're like, well, okay, but what do I do for x? Well, remember, I could put that over 1. The square root of 1 is 1. So I can go right one and left one. And I have successfully graphed this ellipse. It is a very, very tall and skinny ellipse. Our center was at 0, 0. Our vertices are the long ones, so 0, 5, and 0, negative 5. Our co-vertices are 1, 0, and negative 1, 0. And our foci are the ones that require just a little bit more work. So remember, c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So that's 25 minus 1, which is 24. That's c squared. So c must equal the square root of 24, which is approximately 4.9. So what that means is from the center, I have to go up 4.9 and down 4.9, which actually this makes it easier. 0, 4.9, and 0, negative 4.9. Hopefully your brain is activating and you're like, well, that will not be as simple when my center is not in the middle of my graph. And yes, that is true. Our next example, I am going to work through it, but if you want to pause and see how far you can get on your own and then listen, that would be an awesome thing to do as well. So my center is at 3, 5. This is a squared, and this is b squared. So a is 7, b is 2. I didn't say this, but I'll go back. It is already equal to 1, so I didn't have to do any of the math that I had to before. So the 7 is under the x, so that means I need to go 7 both ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I need to go 2 up and 2 down. There we go. And so then I just need to list those as my vertices and co-vertices. I do think it's always easier to graph first and then list my vertices and my co-vertices. I do not find it easy to do those in my head. So oftentimes you'll see me like scratching, you know, some stuff down on the side of the paper. All right, so for my foci, c squared equals 49 minus 4, which is the square root of 45, which is approximately 6.71. Okay. So for the foci here, remember the foci go with the long side, so those are not accurate points. Those are just, you know, somewhere along that line. So that means that my x value is changing, but my y value is going to stay the same there. So I know that my y value is going to be 5. To figure out my x value, I am going to take the x value of the x of my center, so in this case 3, and I'm going to add 6.71 to that, and I'm also going to subtract 6.71 to that. So I will get 9.71 comma 5, and then I will get negative 3.71 comma 5. So let's see how close I got here. 9.71. I still wasn't close enough on that one. Not quite close enough on that one. Okay. All right, so that is graphing ellipses.